So let's start off here and just, I know that you've won the
You
title.
want to do ladies first?
Ladies first?
Yeah.
Well, okay, fair enough. We'll do that then. Bethany,
Yeah.
firstly, I want to hear what your impressions are of South Africa and Johannesburg in particular.
Well, since I got here really late Thursday night, so far I have not seen much. The hotel's beautiful. The people have been amazing, very welcoming, so friendly, and just anything that I needed when I got here. But I am staying for 4 more days, so I'm very excited to see the city and the culture.
And how about you, Dexter?
Well, this is my second time coming, so I had such an amazing time. The very first time I came here, it's been about 10 years. And when I first saw that it was going to be a South Africa Arnold, I was like, oh, I'm there. Because by far, South Africa is my favorite place. I've been to every place you can imagine in the world. South Africa is my favorite place of any place that I've ever been.
Why?
And I'm not just saying it, I'm being 100% honest. Because the people are so friendly. The food is like the best. It's like, no preserves and all that stuff in the food. It's like, and the meat is just amazing. Yeah. I went on a safari. We ain't got no shit like this.
Watch your mouth.
We got all the, wait, we got any kids in here?
I'm afraid so,
Okay.
yeah.
Earmuffs.
We ain't got no crap like that back home. But man, it's just amazing seeing the stuff that I've seen here. The Nelson Mandela statue and stuff is just, oh man, I just love this place.
Glad to hear that, and we'll have you back anytime. Bethany, tell us your feelings last night when you won the title here in Africa.
Oh, wow. I'm not sure there's words to describe it. I know that there's a lot of history here in South Africa and in Johannesburg in the history of bodybuilding. And to be the first one here, there are no words to describe it. Just amazing. Feel very blessed for the gifts that I've been given and the opportunities that I've had to travel here, to be able to compete and represent our sport in the IFBB, and especially fitness, which seems to be a dying sport. So to have the support that we have here in South Africa was really unbelievable.
It was a full house for those of you who weren't here last night. In fact, there was standing room at the back taken up. Dexter, Mr. Olympia, 3 Arnolds you've now won here in Africa. The only 2 places that you haven't grabbed the title yet, as far as the Arnold Festival is concerned, is Hong Kong and Brazil. That's
Yes.
next on the list, obviously.
That's next on the list, yes, but I'm not going to predict when because, I got the Olympia coming up, so I can't do Asia. It's too close to the Olympia. But I definitely, before I retire, I hope to be able to win those other 2 and get every honor under my belt.
Can't see anyone easily doing that in a row again. That must be for sure. Bethany, last night, the biggest one for you so far. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it was definitely the biggest one because it's never been here before. I won the Arnold in Brazil in 2014 and 2015. So I'm catching up to Dexter, but he's also got a lot of years on me. So maybe one day I can also have all of those titles like Dexter. That's a good goal to have.
Keep it going, girl. You're on the way. So,
Look out.
let's talk for a second training regime. Take us through a normal training. Let's say tomorrow morning, what happens first in your training regime? And throw in some eating as well, please, will you?
Okay. I'm a high school science teacher. So my training my training in the morning is to teach. I teach biomedical science. So from 7 to 3, I'm a high school science teacher. I also coach gymnastics, so then that occurs. In my training, I eat during class. I eat a lot of egg whites and oatmeal, chicken and rice. And then I'm at the gym, hopefully on a good day by 6. I lift, I train by body part, and I'll do cardio. I eat at the gym, and then I train my routine, and I'm there until about 10 o'clock at night, every day.
You train 7 days a week.
Yes. Not weightlifting every day. I weightlift 5 days a week. 2 of the days are cardio and routine training. One for conditioning, and 2 so that when we get on stage, that 2-minute routine doesn't seem like you're dying for air. especially being so lean and dehydrated. You really have to prepare your body to be able to get through that 2-minute routine.
Dexter, for Mr. Jackson, take us through a training day which starts tomorrow morning at whatever time, and throw in some of your eating habits as well for us, please.
Okay, well, first, starting tomorrow, I'm going to sleep about 8 hours. No gym for about 3 weeks.
Nice.
Yeah, it's been a long journey. You know, after the show, I like to take a few weeks off. I don't want to go near a gym. I don't want to go in there for massage. I don't even see the gym. So I've always done it my whole career. It's called downtime, of course, spending time with the family and just relaxing. But as soon as that 3rd week is up, and I have to make myself not go in the gym, you know. It's very hard to stay out of the gym that long, but that's why I've been around so long, because I take the proper rest. You know, you have guys getting back in the gym the same day of the show. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? You know, so I like to take proper time off. That's why I've lasted so long. My joints have held up this long. I've been competing now for 27 years. I've never had an injury. So all of that stuff plays a part in my career. But a typical day, if I were to, when I start by going to the gym 3 weeks from now, I train 6 days a week. Chest is on, legs is on Monday. Then Tuesday is chest. Wednesday is back. Thursday is shoulders. Friday is hamstrings, and Saturday is arms. And that's a typical week for me. Diet-wise, now that I'm older, I try and eat clean on the off-season. When I was younger, I can get away with eating everything, whatever I want to eat, and diet for 3 weeks. You know, but you got to learn how to make adjustments as you get older. So now that I'm older, I don't eat a lot of that crap. You know, I had a couple slices of pizza last night, and then I'm done. You know, because my body can't handle it anymore. I've been used to eating clean for so long. I try to stay clean on the off season and try to put on lean muscle, which is why I've continued to be better. You know, every year. I'm 40. I'll be 47 this year. A lot of people don't believe my age, because my body is 20 and my face is 47, but my body is 20. You see what I'm saying?
Don't agree there either, actually.
So, and that's a big part. You know, that's a big reason why, because my nutrition. I eat clean on off season, and I may do 5 clean meals through the day, and then have whatever I want for dinner. You know, so that keeps my weight down. It keeps me still in good shape, and my sleeping habits. Let's not go over that. I'm the worst when it comes to that. I can't sleep at night for some reason. It's been like this for like the past 10 years. But I try and take naps during the day. So I try and make up for it by taking a nap during the day. So that's basically my schedule. I don't do a lot of cardio. When I do get ready for a competition, I do about 20 minutes a day. Yeah.
Bethany's
So
shaking
not
her head
fair.
there.
So
Well,
not
you know,
fair.
I've been very blessed with my genetics and stuff, even at my age. So doing 20 minutes a day is amazing, and not doing so much cardio, not having to do so much cardio like most guys on the off season or during season. You know, I know guys do. I think Ronnie was doing up to 3 hours a day. I think if I had to do so much cardio, I wouldn't have lasted this long. You know, a lot of stuff that I do that I don't have to do is another reason why I've lasted so long. You know what I'm saying? You got to learn how to change your training habits. All the heavy weight compound movements that you used to do, you got to learn how to adjust and do a lot of machine work. I work with Charles Glass, and we don't even do no compound movements. It's all machines. So guys, if you get in the gym and you train hard and heavy, don't be afraid to use machines, because you will grow even with machines. I'm a proven fact. I don't do any compound movements, and I'm bigger than I've ever been. I get up to 270 now on off season, which is I never thought I would ever see for me, because
That's 2.5 of me.
2.5, is it?
So when I first started, you know, I was very small. I was 137 pounds bantamweight my first show, and now I'm 240 on stage now. And so guys, don't be afraid to use machine work. That's all I do now. And look at the result. I won another Arnold Classic.
I want to hear from both of you. Let's give the man a big round of applause. This
Thank
is
you.
truly insightful to hear. How do you prefer to do your reps Bethany, and your sets?
I think that's a really tricky question. I think everybody is different. And giving advice is hard for me because I really go based on feel. I don't know about Dexter. A lot of times I even close my eyes. I think the mind-muscle connection that you get more from machines, in my opinion, than heavier compound movements. So my reps, sometimes I have a goal in mind of 10 to 12, but it was easy, so I can get 15. Or if I still want to, my goal is to always get stronger. My belief is you can get stronger every day in some aspect of life. So when I'm in the gym, that's my body and my mentality is to get stronger every day. So I might push the weight and not get as many, but then drop the weight. And I love to train till failure, so I really feel like I get a pump in the muscle. And I do a lot of times I close my eyes to make sure that I'm connecting with the muscle that I'm supposed to be using. And I think that's really important in bodybuilding, and especially as you get older. He's got a few years on me, but I'm 35 and doing this to my body and pounding, especially with the fitness routine. It's not easy. So for me, it can vary as long as I feel like I'm exercising the muscle I'm supposed to be using. Then it can vary from 8 to 20. Or I'll do drop sets and I'll end up doing a set of 30. But for me, you really have to listen to your body. The longer you're in this sport, really listen to your body and pay attention to what it's telling you. If you did a set and you didn't feel anything, if you're doing a back exercise and your biceps are sore after, then it was too heavy. Then you need to back off and maybe fix your form, or you try a different machine. So that's kind of a tricky question. I try to even it out between doing some really heavy sets with drop sets and then, training to failure. I like to have good variation. I never have, kind of depends on the day. When I walk in the gym, like, how do I feel today? How can I push myself to be better?
Dexter, for you, what do you prefer? Rep-wise and also set-wise? How do you like to do it?
Rep-wise, set-wise.
Whatever Charles says.
Yeah, basically whatever Charles says. A lot of times I try and talk him out of doing stuff. He's like, go.
Do it.
Yeah. So even with Charles, we pretty much train the same. Even before I started training with him, we just do machine work now. But I've always kept, set-wise, I've always kept it, unless it's back. But any other body part, I usually keep it around no more than 15 sets. That's plenty for the guys who are trying to put on weight. Now, I don't know about these girls. They do 100 sets. But for the guys, I try and keep... But for the guys, if you're trying to put on muscle, you know what I'm saying? You want to keep your reps sets about 50, no more than 12 to 15 sets. Rep range anywhere from 8 to 12. Yeah, so that's always been my motto. Anything over that, I feel you're overtraining. Period. You know what I'm saying? Now, if since back's such a large muscle group, I would say up to 18 sets. Try and pick out 3 or 4 exercises and get about 4 sets out of each.
Lastly, before we let you guys go and get some lunch and some rest, what has been in your life, Bethany, the effect of Arnold Schwarzenegger, the man?
Of what?
What has Arnold's effect been in your life? How has Arnold inspired you?
Oh, geez. I think, Dexter said it last night, one of the hardest working people that I
Yeah.
have been around and have had the opportunity to meet, in terms of being an inspiration to really follow your dreams no matter what obstacles you're presented with. He just, whatever it is, he goes after it and he tackles it and does it with class and success. And it's really motivating to follow in his footsteps in representing our sport on behalf of him. I think is extremely humbling. I'm giving myself goosebumps just being up here. Just as a part of bodybuilding and the Arnold, as a legend in this sport, and on behalf of the Lormers and what they've really created in our world, it's very humbling, and it's extreme honor to be a part of this.
I can see you getting emotional, and I think he does that to a lot of people. Dexter, for you, what has Arnold meant in your career for you?
Well, he's the icon of the sport. You know, not only is he a movie star, but this is where he started at. This is where it all began. You know, without Arnold making this sport to what it is, you know, it probably would never have gotten this level. And for him to come around and create jobs and all this stuff for people around the world is just amazing. I only hope someday, which I know probably would never happen, that I would be, you know, even close to, you know, to his status of the way he motivates people. You know what I'm saying? It's just amazing. Who would ever know, see the first time he has a show in the country and everything is sold out and there's millions of thousands and thousands of people coming and see. It's just amazing. So just to be, you know, in his, you know, man, in this whole Arnold Schwarzenegger, I'm lost of words right now, man.
It's an aura. I guess it's an aura,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it's just simply amazing, man, just to be a part of this and to actually be able to win any, you know, his shows and stuff. I've always said this is my favorite show since I've been competing. You know, you got Mr. Olympia and all that. Of course, that is the you know, that's the granddaddy. But, you know, this is like right up there with that to me. You know, I've always, you know, I've never wanted to be Mr. Olympia because I always thought I was too small. So the Arnold Classic was my goal, the show that I wanted to win in life. That was everything to me. Okay, yes. That was everything to me. So when I won one, I was like, you know what? Let me go and win another one. Well, dang, let me go and win 3, 4 more. So now I'm up to 8 overall. So being the title holder for, you know, 8-time champ is simply amazing. And you know, I just sometimes I just can't put in words. It really hadn't hit me yet. You know, since I'm still competing, it's hard to grasp on my career because I'm still competing and I'm not satisfied yet. But I know when I retire and sit back and reflect on everything, it's gonna be like, wow, you know, I won 8 freaking Arnolds. Well, wait, it's gonna be about 10 or 11. But right now, if something happened, I'll say I won 8, but you know, I'm looking to continue to go and probably, you know, I want to win these next 2 that I haven't won yet. And then we'll contemplate on retiring then. But as of right now, I have no intentions on retiring.
Lastly, you wanted to add, Bethany?
No, I was just say, correct me if I'm wrong, but Arnold has given us a platform to reach out to people just as he inspires us to inspire others. And I think when we meet fans and even my students, they're like, you met Arnold? I'm like, yeah, and then it kind of really hits you that what a big deal and how we can inspire others. He's just given us this platform to inspire others and how we don't realize on a daily basis how many people we reach out to and can inspire. And when we get opportunities like this, I think even over winning the title, being able to be a part of this and you being here to experience this with us is probably, it trumps everything else, but Arnold has given us this platform.
As we wrap it up, the best advice you've ever received in your life?
In bodybuilding?
Yeah.
Or in life?
Oh, in any other part of your life for that matter.
Yeah, period. Yeah. Let's hear it. Don't be shy.
Remember, you're not going to score marks or nothing. No marks are going to be taken away.
I don't know about this lady's first thing anymore.
Come on, teach.
Yeah, and I think it's the best advice I've ever gotten or that I've given to other people is to be present in the moment that you are in. You know, we train for these competitions and sometimes, you know, like, oh, you're going to win. And, you know, like Dexter said, you know, you can't predict a win. Is to train your butt off and you live every day to the best that you can. I like to say make yourself proud every day and not be attached to the outcome. So no matter what happens at the end of the day, you were present with the people that you were with, like how we're here with you now, not thinking about anybody else, just being here with you in this moment, taking it all in, getting stronger, making yourself proud so that when you lay down at night, you did everything you can to be your best self.
Mr. Jackson.
Yes.
top that.
I think there's a challenge in there somewhere.
Nah.
We're a little competitive.
I'll win that easy.
The best advice you've ever had, sir.
The best advice I've ever had is probably bad advice. I'm serious. I've been told the best advice is the worst advice. I've been told you never amount to nothing in life. And that right there is what turned me around, to show you. And that's what motivates me now, to shut people's mouths. I'm going to show you better than I can tell you. So that's been the best advice.
Ladies and gentlemen, shall we be upstanding and shall we say a big warm round of South African applause and thank you to repeat champion in Brazil, brand new Africa champion, Bethany Wagner, and the man himself, Dexter Jackson, 8-time champion, brand new Arnold Classic Africa champion.